Well, welcome to the 11th day of Christmas, the 11th day of giveaways. Wow, we really have given away some fine samples. What did we give away last night? Oh yeah, that Amberana finished rye from 13th Colony. That was a distillery only release. A present, a Christmas present from Daniel of the Appalachian Bourbon Society. Oh, wow, what a nice present, too. And, you know, I'm not a rye guy, but I really like that rye finished in the Amberana, because the Amberana, I felt, wasn't overwhelming. I felt it was a good balance. And being a distillery only, someone went all to the trouble of bringing me back something from a distillery. That's a nice gift. So, we hope that you took a shot at it, and if you didn't, who knows, maybe we'll do something again in the future and bring that back out for another sample giveaway. That's some good stuff. So tonight's, we're back to bourbons again, but tonight we're doing a high proof bourbon, and probably one of the best known high proof bourbons out there. You know, I have been a Buffalo Trace fan. My friend Andrew likes to call me a fanboy, and I'm okay with that. A Buffalo Trace fanboy for a long time. Buffalo Trace is what really got me interested in bourbon, and when it kind of disappeared a couple years back, it was hard to find. I started venturing out into other bourbons, and that which kind of led me to bourbon hunting, which kind of led me here to doing videos about bourbon. That's why we call Bourbon Riders. Even though I do entertain other whiskeys, still, I got my start on the channel chasing bourbon, chasing unicorns that were bourbon. And at the time, this was one of those unicorns. Now, I can find this particular brand, this particular label. In fact, I saw it today for probably a good price compared to what I used to pay for it in the past. In the past, if you found it, it was a $200 bottle, sometimes more. Now you can find it, I see it all the time, under $200, and just about any time of the year I can find it at one of the many bottle shops that I go to. So this particular bourbon comes out multiple times a year. The one I have was supposed to come out in 2022, and some kind of labeling issue, I never quite got the whole story, didn't come out till like January of 2023 when I picked it up. I actually found it on a shelf. I did pay more than list price for it. I probably paid, well, we won't go there. I wouldn't say secondary, but it wasn't that far off because I wanted one. And I wanted to do a show about it, and well, what was that bourbon? Well, that was Stag. It used to be known as Stag Junior, because there's always that George T. Stag, you know, the tall bottle that everybody wants, that's the granddaddy of proof. But the Stag Junior is a younger version of that, and I think it's the same mash bill, but it's still a different profile. Typically, it's, you know, way up there in proof. This one's 132.2 proof. And this was known as, so it's a barrel proof. This was known as Batch 22A. And, oh yeah, here it is, yeah, 22A. And they had a typically, I believe, an A, B, and C. And I'll double check on that. I don't know if it's 2 releases or 3 releases a year. But this got released in early 2023, even though it said 22A. So it should have been early 2022, right? Being an A. But this particular Stag has beaten out in blinds a lot of the other Stags that I've tried against it, the 15, 16, 18. I tried a 23, I forget which letter it was, against it, and it always wins. It's As far as stag goes, if you look into popularity of what people thought was a great stag, 22A will always be, I don't know it's the best ever, but it'll always be pretty high up on that list. And it's more than half gone now. And I would say I probably drank about half of what is gone. The other half I gave away. So we're giving more of it away tonight. So if you're a stag fan and you've not had the 22A and you've got, well now it's almost, well, when you see this it'll be 25, but you probably got a 24B or 24C this year. If you've been really a stag fan, it'd be kind of cool to compare it against the 22A and see which one's actually better. I love the 22A. I don't drink it a lot because I'm not a big high proof drinker off camera. I do most of these things for the channel. If I'm just drinking bourbon for myself, enjoying bourbon, I tend to stay below 120. And this is nowhere near 120, but it is delicious and I do like it. And I've always been thinking when I get down pretty low, I'll probably go and get another stag. I always have a stag. I've not really been after backups for it because I drink it pretty slow. So let's revisit the Stag 22A. Cheers. Oh, that's got a bunch of peppery spice right on the tip of the tongue. I'm okay with spice being on the front. I don't like spice on the rear. I don't like spice in the finish. I always get more of a dark fruit, molasses, sugary kind of, leathery, oaky kind of finish with the Stag. But the mouthfeel is wonderful. It's super rich. To me, it's just a perfect sweetness, but it is bold in your face. I do take small sips of that because my palate's really not trained for 132 proof. I love the 13th Colony Double Oak, but same thing. Small sips, baby. Small sips. Wow. Stag is Stag. I really don't have to sell it. I'm sure you're probably going to want a sample for it. Ask, well, Mike, what's the code? What's the code? Well, too bad we've already used Rudolph, because look at all that rack there on the front. So, well, first of all, if you want to win a sample of this, the rules: you've got to be 21 years old, because I'm going to send a package out that requires an adult signature. You're not 21, you're not getting it. And you must live in the lower 48, because I'm not shipping it across water, right? Ground shipping, because of what it is. To win tonight, pretty simple. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Like the video, which is very important for us at the channel, and then put in tonight's code. What do you think would be a great code for this? And I would say present, like in presents underneath the tree. So just singular, doesn't have to be plural, present. This would make a great present to anyone. So tonight's code is present. There's no more presents underneath the tree. It's past giving away presents, except for this, as a present to you. So tonight's code is present, upper or lowercase, doesn't matter. I know you're going to want to sample this 22A because it's absolutely wonderful. I'm worried if I get another one, will I be disappointed? Can I find something better than the 22A? I'm going to have to research that. Is the 24s as good? Should I wait for a 25? You can leave those comments below. If you're a Stag aficionado, leave those comments below. Oh, Mike, if you like the 22A, you try this. I'll go and see if I can find one of those. So, tonight's code, present, not in that I'm here, that as in a gift. So we hope you've been enjoying this series. We're almost done. We've got one more show to do, the 12th day of Christmas. And as you can probably guess, that 18 still hasn't showed up yet. And I won't tell you which 18 it is. I'll leave that to your imagination. But it's a mighty fine 18. So we'll see you tomorrow night for the last show of our giveaway, the 12th day of Christmas. So we hope that you had a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year, and that you will have a prosperous, healthy, and loving New Year. I say loving because without love, the rest of it doesn't matter, does it? So we'll see you tomorrow night on the 12th day of Christmas. Cheers.